Let the record reflect that the court is back in session in cause number 328274. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Nathaniel Mark Trenzy. We have Mr. Trenzy, who's present in court with his attorney, Rife Kimler. We also have present for the state assistant district attorney, Attorney Blake Ham, and assistant district attorney Sonny Eckhart. State, are you ready?
State's ready, Your Honor.
Defense, are you ready?
Ready, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Kimler,
Yes.
could you move your client over some, because some of the people may have to come through that area?
Oh, okay. I was wanting not to block.
Yes,
Distracted in the middle.
that's fine.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'll now put you in the hands of our court coordinator, Ms. Glenda Segura. Ms. Segura.
Michael Gilbert,
Okay, when she call your name, would you please come forward?
Karen Aldridge, Alicia Brown,
And you're gonna go in the jury box. You're gonna have a seat in the chairs that have the black and yellow tape on them. Just get on the second row, go to the far end.
Andrea Murray, Jason Harrington,
Just keep going.
Ann Huff, Cardella Lyon,
Okay. Now, ma'am, you're gonna sit in the chair next to the bailiff in front of the jury box. Right there. They're gonna sit in that one and that one.
Are you talking?
Yes, those two gonna sit there. And the bailiff is gonna hand you some badges that you need to wear. And if we're on Zoom, Mr. Gary Barber, your case has been reset. Stay in contact with your attorney. You're free to go and you have a blessed day. Okay. Members of the jury, at this time, I need every one of you to raise your right hand so that I can give you the second oath. And once I give you the oath, at the end of the oath, please say, "I do." Do you and each of you do solemnly swear or affirm that in the case of the state of Texas versus Nathaniel Mark Trenzy, you will a true verdict render according to the law and the evidence, so help you God? Okay, you may put your hand down. Members of the jury, I will give you some instructions and a general idea of what to expect in this case. Every case is composed of facts and the law as it applies to the particular case. The facts come from the witnesses on the witness stand. The law comes from the statutes, codes, rules, and court decisions interpreting them and how they may apply to this case. You and I have equal authority in this case, but it is divided authority. You are the sole judges of the facts, and I am the sole judge of the law. You are the sole judges of the credibility of the witnesses and the weight to be given their testimony. You can believe all of what a witness says, part of what a witness says, or none of what a witness says. As the trial progresses, the attorneys will probably make objections to questions asked by the other attorney of witnesses, or objections to the introduction of documents or objects. This means that In the objecting attorney's opinion, there is a legal reason why the testimony or document or object should not be received by you. Sometimes I will simply sustain or overrule the objection. At other times, it may require a lengthy discussion outside of your presence. If that happens, I will either ask you to step outside for a few minutes or ask the attorneys to come up to the bench so that you can hear the discussion on the point of law. The reason for this, as I told you earlier, you are the sole judges of the facts you receive, and I'm the sole judge of the law. I can't be with you in the jury room when you deliberate the facts. Therefore, you can't be present or within hearing when I deliberate questions of the law. The reason why I will sometimes ask you to step outside is because it is simply the most efficient way to do it. Otherwise, if we were to leave the courtroom, the court reporter would have to gather her equipment and take it with her, and the attorneys would have to gather their files, etc. The rulings I do make on questions of law in your presence are not evidence, and you are to disregard them. After all the evidence is in, and both the state and the defendant have rested their cases, the court will prepare and submit to you a written charge instructing you on the law in this case. We will then hear oral arguments from the attorneys. The attorneys have the right to make a summation of the evidence and to make reasonable deductions from the evidence. Since the state has the burden of proof, it has the right to open and close the summation or argument. Until you retire to deliberate, do not discuss this case amongst yourselves, and under no circumstances should you permit anyone to discuss the case with you. Do not attempt to learn from any source outside of the courtroom anything about the facts of the case, nor attempt any independent investigation on your own. Don't visit the scene involved in the facts of the case. Don't read any reports in the newspaper or watch TV reports about the case. Do not make up your mind about this case until all the evidence is in and you have been instructed on the law. Don't take notes during the progress of the trial. Don't visit other courts during a break if a trial or other proceeding is in progress. The bailiff have given you badges that you should wear at all times. Ladies and gentlemen of the panel, those of you who were not selected, on behalf of the citizens of Jefferson County, Texas, and behalf of the staff here, County Court at Law Number 2, we'd like to thank you for taking time out from your busy schedules to be here today. We could not pick this jury without your presence, and so therefore, we would like to say thank you for taking time out from your busy schedules. Now, normally I would shake each and every one of your hand, but because of the COVID protocols, I can't do that. However, I can give each and every one of you an air handshake. And so again, on behalf of the state, and behalf of the defense, and behalf of the citizens of Jefferson County, Texas, we'd like to thank you for taking time out from your schedules. Now, at this time, you'll be in the hands of our bailiff, and you're excused. Now, our trial is going to start back up tomorrow at 1:30. It's getting pretty late. If any of you are available to come in, you can come in and have a seat, or you can watch it on YouTube and see what goes on in County Court at Law Number 2. So at this time, you are excused and you have a blessed day. Okay, now, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, our court case will reconvene on tomorrow at 1:30. So we would ask that you be here promptly at 1:30. Now, sometimes, when we have cases in the morning, and sometimes because of the number of cases that we have, it may go over. I don't anticipate that will happen tomorrow, but if it does, the bailiff will let you know. So we would ask everyone to be back tomorrow at 1:30. Okay? So at this time, you're excused, and every one of you have a blessed day. This time, court will be in recess, 1:30 tomorrow.